How's it going, Sha?
Oh, it's not bad. How are you doing?
I'm good. I gave my kids their first cell phones. Yeah, big moment.
Wow.
My so I felt a little sad, admittedly, because they got here like 10 minutes before I had to leave the house, and
Mhm.
I was like rushing because I had like a couple of things that I was juggling along with the show, and I missed the actual handoff moment. And
Mhm.
I know my daughter's been like really trying to have like she's wanted a phone now for like a couple of months. Uh and it sucks because like this is one of those I feel like as a dad I miss a lot of these things because I'm always like out on the road.
Mhm.
So like I got to miss like her being really happy about getting a phone, you know.
Right.
I was really cute. I was but she called me, she sounded like a bit nervous because we got them iPhone 15s. So like
Oh
I wanted
God.
yeah,
Your
like
children have better phones than mine, and I just bought mine. Goddamn.
yo, yo,
Jesus.
like they've been like legitimately great, and like I wanted to splurge. So I was like, yo, like,
Mhm.
and I felt weird. Like I'm getting an iPhone 15, Gabby getting one, and they legit have been like killing it in school. They've been
Right.
well behaved. My niece and nephew came over who are like 6 and 2,
Mhm.
and they give them so much attention. Like I was genuinely impressed with like their maturity the last few months, and I was
Right.
like, I want to like reward that.
Mhm.
Um, but like I did feel a little like sad that I didn't get to see the moment. But I also enjoyed that like I got to be their first calls. You
Yeah.
know, that was really cool. Aiden called me up. He was like, "Hey, this is the other Mr. Almonte."
Oh
You know,
wow.
yeah, I was so moved. Y'all say, "Hell yeah!" He's like, "So yeah, what do you want to talk about? We are on the phone. We got serious business." You know. That's my man right there, yo. I was so
uh,
hyped. So yeah, it was kind of cool. And again, I know it's a small thing. It'll probably pass in like a day or two, and it'll become
mhm.
normal life.
Right.
But like it's another like kind of passing of the baton, releasing the giving them more slack, if you will.
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah, like it was an emo day for me. I am also today if the release of this episode will be on my birthday. So like all
Oh.
that is like kind of hitting me like at once of like there's like a transition happening, you know?
Mhm.
So
Yes.
yeah, it's a trippy week in general for me.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm watching like my kids mature into full on people.
Right.
Uh and like I feel like it's a shift for them and for me, you know? So yeah,
Yeah.
living that, pretending I'm fine with it, my kids check in on me. Uh Gabby checks in on me. I feel like I'm trying to pretend that I'm still cool with
Right.
everything going on. I'm not cool. I'm very like off centered about it. Like I'm happy that it's happening, but and I think I'm ready, but
Mm.
there's parts of it that's still like I'm like this is new and like I'm a little like shaky on like the level of freedom my kids are gonna have,
Right.
and what this means for me and my identity. Because a big part of like I feel like who I am is like yeah I go out and I do shows and I love that and that's a big part of me, but also like I come home and I help people that genuinely need me. They don't need me that much, or at least the way that I've grown accustomed to them needing me.
Right.
So like it feels like a new time in my life.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
mean, they still need you, it'll just look different.
yeah,
And so there's, the adjustments that you have to make for like, "Oh, this is what that means." And everyone learning now, you know, how that looks and how you have to read them differently. And you've got information, you know, like you raised them, so you know how they move in
yeah,
particular ways. So it'll be interesting to see how that translates into a freer, more mature version of themselves.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, I guess that's a lot to be a little emo about,
yeah,
you
yo,
know?
real talk. I was
That's a
going to
lot.
shows like choking up on stage this week. such a weird thing to be choked up about. Like, y'all bought my kids phones. It's crazy. Like,
And then you sniffle.
yo,
Oh,
and you know
no.
what really messed me up? So like, I was having a long day, and like I'd promised to get the phones a week ago,
Mhm,
but I had landed from LA, so I was exhausted that day. We had
mhm,
a ton of errands to run, and we were gonna do the cell phone thing last.
mm.
And we did all the errands, and we get to the cell phone store, and they had one person servicing everybody.
Oh.
And I was like, I looked at Gabby right away. I was like, yo, shorty, let's go. I don't want to start a fight with you. I'm not angry. I'm fine.
Mhm.
But my patience level is not like where it needs to
Where it
be
needs
here.
to be in this situation.
Yeah. So I was like,
Yeah.
can we leave? I've had a great day with you and my kids. I want it to stay that way. And I
Mhm,
promise you I'll handle this later. So like we left, we had a good day. She appreciated the transparency of it. It took her a minute because she did want her phone, but
yes, sure, sure.
I am genuinely thankful that like she was able to like yeah that makes sense.
Mhm,
And we went home, we bought a dinner, and we had a great day. Aiden, in true Aiden fashion, asked me so many questions as to why we were leaving.
mhm.
He was like, "Why are we leaving?" I was like, Aiden, because I'm having a good day and I want it to stay that way." He's like, "I don't
Mhm.
understand. Why did leaving keep the good day going if we were gonna do this?" And I was like, "Every question you ask is undoing why I left, little man." You know what I mean? But
Right,
I it took him a minute to kind of gather it, but like that's just how he works. But
right.
it was it was weird. Like I don't know, it was Michaela instantly got it.
Mhm,
And it was cool seeing them process that in their own way. And then we got
mhm.
home. But I still got to do these phones.
Right.
So like, the next day I had a long day with catch up work, and I did an all nighter,
Mm.
and it's like 8 in the morning. Everyone's still in bed, and I'm like, damn, I really got to order these fucking phones. So like, I stayed up and dealt with some customer service rep who was way too peppy for the lack of sleep level that I was at.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
or
that's your problem, not their problem. That
you know,
person's coming off a full night of sleep.
yeah, they were so happy to help me get my phones.
Mhm.
And like, it took like an hour and a half. They were hyper patient. They
Mm.
kept telling me, hey, there was like a moment where they were like, "Hey, we're having a tech issue on our end, but we're gonna resolve it. Can I give you a call back in like 15 minutes to continue the process? Maybe you could go have a breakfast, a coffee." You know what I mean? Like she was like showing me, yo, she was showing me how to live my life. She was like, "I'm gonna be on hold for like 15 minutes. This would be a
Mhm.
great time for you to stretch."
Right.
You know,
Yeah,
like straight up,
absolutely.
just dropping. Yo, I was like, "Yo, I just want to call you every day." You know what I mean? And like when we get to the phones, like we did like I had to change my plan to be
Mhm.
able to like get the phone deals, whatever. And like I get to the phones and she's like, "All right, what phones are you getting for the new lines?" And I was like, "Let me get 2 iPhone 15s." And she's like, "Oh my goodness." Like she's like, "Are these for your kids?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Man, they are very lucky." She was like,
Wow.
"I'm in college. I just upgraded to an iPhone 13, and my original phone was my previous phone was an iPhone 7, and that was my
Mm,
first phone ever." So
mm.
she's like, "I feel very blessed, but I love hearing you do this." I was like, "Admittedly, my kids are dope, and I think they deserve it, and I feel blessed to be able to offer that." But thank you for sharing that, and we like bonded, Yo, shouts to this random to Kim from T-Mobile. You know what I mean? You were so great. Real
Oh,
to just moved
boy.
me, yo. So yeah, I got off the phone at like 9:30, 10 in the morning,
Mhm.
exhausted. Michaela came out, and I was like, man, like, you deserve all of this, but also like we don't know how lucky we are. This is a young lady named Kim working her ass off for a phone that I'm trading in, you know?
Right.
So yeah, it made me super appreciative. It was weird. A lot of and like I was happy, but also like I might be too emotional right now. If
Yeah, I feel like, you were happy that
yeah,
I don't and you love getting good service, absolutely, you
yeah,
appreciate good service, but I also feel like, um, your emotions are literally right they're hitting the back of your throat, they're right
real
here
talk.
at your chin. You are so close to drowning in emotions right now, and so everything is just like, um, uh I feel like, because this isn't something that comes out of my mouth a lot. If I were ever to say, you know what, I'm blessed, there's something wrong. Like, you emotionally, you're, um, although if I were someone whose brain processed things in that way, that's certainly something I would say.
Yeah.
But that's not how my brain necessarily works. So for me to say it, it's a red flag. It's a red flag. If Shalewa says I'm blessed and she's not kidding, something's up. But when I say it about other people, I
Yeah.
mean it for other people because I'm saying it about someone who actually does subscribe to that.
Yeah.
Right?
That makes sense.
Yeah. But for me, that means I'm an emotional wreck. so, so you so I hear you. And I'm like, I mean, he does mean it, but he's also real close to, he may start crying right now. And I'll let him because it's a lot, It
Oh,
seems, and also it seems silly to just like, it's just phones, but it's a big thing.
yeah.
It's a very big thing in general to get them for your kids. And then it's a big thing to get such a nice one for your children because of how they are, and to notice that and acknowledge it, because a lot of parents don't really notice or acknowledge, or maybe they do notice and they just don't say. They're just like, yeah, maybe that is good. A lot of parents think that they did that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, a lot of parents think, well, it's because I raised them the way I do. And you
That's a
could
part of it.
that's part of it, but you also could still end up with a bum kid. So you
Yeah.
could do all of that and your kid could still be a bum. But um but some of that, like, to that level, for the ages of your kid, they have to pick that up and go with that alone. They have
Hmm.
to develop that for themselves. And so to stop and go, all right, they actually have all the things that I've been teaching and hoping that it would stick. It's sticking, and they're ending up being these kinds of people, and I'm happy about that. I'm thrilled about that, and I'd like to reward them because I can right now.
Yeah.
And it'll
Yeah.
mean it'll mean the world to them. It absolutely will. But that does mean that, for the next couple of weeks, you will be crying on stage. So,
Oh yeah, yo.
you may wanna just bring, like, a deacon rag, just a clean little handkerchief so that you can, like, dab at your face
Got my
so it
little
looks
Gatorade
like,
towel.
there you go. Whoa, alright, I guess a Gatorade tower. And, like, dab at your face so it seems like it's sweat, but it's really tears, but it's tears from all the hard work that you've been putting in, you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
mask it in some way. Don't be caught out here slipping, but yes, be as emo as you can be
Real
while
talk.
on stage. Yes.
Yo, I knew it was I knew it went too far because like yesterday, like I started talking about the phone thing in particular because like it was, we did the pass off and like I get to this show and he's this like row of like young dudes are like in their early 20s. They're sitting in the front row of the show and I see one of them has an LA hat. So I asked
Mhm.
him, I was like, yo, you from LA, whatever. We get into it. And like, I was like, yeah, I know I'm emo. Cause like my second question was like, when was the last time you called your mother? Like, and I was like, I was like, that's just where my head was at. And we had like a fun convo.
Mhm.
But yeah, I was like, yo, I'm in it. I'm in it. But I'm so like, it's just like, cause so much of that stuff, um, like I know for a fact that my daughter told me she's one of like three kids in her class without a phone.
Mm.
So like and she was fine with that. She understood our reasoning.
Mhm.
But like still like I know that that's not necessarily easy. I know that
Right.
there's like cultural norms about that. By the same token, that's part of why I wanted to reward their patience and understanding of that.
Mhm.
I also, just being frank, didn't feel comfortable knowing that I could buy the four and pay the four 3 years ago when kids
Right.
first started getting the phones. I was like,
Yeah.
I was full-time comedy then, and it wasn't where it is now.
Mhm.
So I can't justify buying you a phone when I drop both of you off at school, or
Mhm.
now both, and then both of you are homeschool now. Like this is just insane for me to buy you phones. You are literally here.
Here, right, yeah,
Like
who are you? Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like you call me by coming to my room. Like that's how we talk. And anything else they had a computer, like they're fine. But like I also knew that friends of theirs had already gotten phones, and there's stuff that they're missing out on, that social interactions and stuff like that. And me and Gabby didn't feel ready to have those combos yet. Economically, I didn't feel ready to do that. And
Mhm.
they kind of just said, yeah, that makes sense. And that like understanding is something that I'm really appreciative of.
Right, yeah.
Like the maturity of getting that, of like, hey, like, I'm not saying you don't deserve this. I'm saying, we're just not in that place that other
Mhm.
people might be. But thank you for like riding. You know what I mean? Like you kind of get it.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying my best here, and I give you everything I can. It's just at the time I couldn't. Today I could.
Yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
great.
real talk. It felt good. But yeah, all that say, yeah, come out to my next shows though. Like real talk. I got a
Yeah,
lot of stuff to pay for right now.
yeah,
My
yeah,
T-Mobile bill
please support
tripled.
support the homie. He's paying for a lot of phones, double the phones,
Real talk. I was
and
telling Gabby, I was like, yo, we can get Androids, like let them shine. Okay. Me and you, we good. But green Texas are cool.
oh, man, that's great.
Yeah, yo.
Congrats, congrats
Thank
to
you.
them.
Real talk. It felt good. With that said, my birthday celebration would be very humble
Oh,
this
yes,
year.
no, it's very it's
Yeah,
I
I
think
like
it's really just the 4 of you sitting in your living room playing games on your phones. Yo, wait, what about cases and stuff like that? Did we
I
figure all of that out?
I ordered Gabby ordered temporary cases for them that came in through
Okay,
Amazon. And then
okay.
I'm really big on Moment, the like company that does like the lenses for the phones.
Oh,
So I love they have like these special lenses that like, they're kind of like DSLR cameras for your phone.
mm,
So like I love their cases in general. They're super protective. So I'm buying cases of that. And then my daughter in particular, since she's like super artsy, I always have the lenses because I use it for like shows to like record shit.
right.
So it works double because she can take pictures whenever she wants by borrowing the lenses. And Gabby's gotten into it. Aiden's the only one that admittedly is just gonna have a nice case that doesn't serve the dual purpose, but it's protective. Yeah,
Okay.
it worked out
Alright.
well.
Oh, well, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm with it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They didn't make any. Again, they didn't. I asked them. They didn't make any weird requests. I even asked them what colors. Aiden said don't care, just want the phone.
Right.
And Michaela said anything but pink. And I was like,
Okay.
all right, I'm with that. It's five. Like I had five options with y'all. That's cool.
Yeah, that's great.
So yeah, they really weren't picky about any of that stuff, man. I was expecting requests, but nah. Michaela's just hyped because she gets to use like a bunch of creative apps.
Mhm.
Like there's like a lens flare app and like photo editing stuff that's specific to the iPhone. So
Right.
she's like, yeah, I just want it because like there's stuff that I want to do artistically that I can't do without this stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
So
that's
yeah,
great. That's
yeah,
fantastic.
it was cool. So yeah, we bought them. They're hyped. I missed the moment, but I got another moment instead, and it was cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's still you may have missed that moment, but the sentiment is still there, and
Yeah,
that's not gonna they still truly appreciate it, so that's all that matters. Just
yeah.
missing the moment is still okay.
I did warn Michaela though, because she is in the last like 6 months, like I've really splurged with Apple stuff for her because like most of like the art stuff is kind of catered to working better there.
Mhm.
So she got like the little Apple Mini
Mm.
and the phone, and like a year ago we got her an iPad,
Right,
because she's going to an art school. We wanted her to have
right,
the tools. But I told her like, hey, like just so you know, like I'm a PC guy. The iPhone is the only Apple product I've ever owned.
right.
And I don't know if you've ever seen the podcast I do with Shalewa. It is me and her constantly struggling to make things work.
So
Uh, and that's with me knowing computers as
right.
my only computer for like 30 some years. So you need help with this thing, I am not the one. I paid for
Yeah,
the
figure it out.
insurance. Yeah,
Go
I like
to a yeah, absolutely. Go
them
to
Apple
Reddit.
geniuses will be your friend. Uh go talk to them. But this is not my department. But yeah, we out here, baby.
Wow,
Nah,
that's
man.
great.
Straight up.
Congrats. Congrats to them.
Thank you. Real talk. Super proud. We gonna have a good time out here. Plus, I can find y'all now. Okay,
Oh,
Apple
wow.
AirTags, Apple Phone Finder. You
Sure.
know what I
Yes,
mean? I know where
right,
my
yes,
kids
no,
are at all times.
now you can truly track them. That's great. That's wonderful.
Amen. When you're spending all my money at Barnes and Noble, we could talk after. Like, hey, I saw you was there. 2 hours. You know,
Uh,
that's kids in the news. A
alrighty.
flight bound for Florida was diverted after an adult diaper was mistaken for a bomb in the plane bathroom. That's right. Copa Airlines flight bound for Tampa, Florida was diverted after a diaper on board was mistaken for a bomb. The flight CM 393 departed for Panama City on Friday at 9:44 a.m. and turned back when the cabin crew was alerted to the suspected bomb. The Special Forces Unit activated the emergency protocol and verified it turned out to be a disposable adult diaper. Panama's National Police wrote in the post in Spanish. Foreign object on an airline. Photos posted on X, formerly Twitter, by Panama's National Police showed a disposable diaper placed on top of a black plastic bag. The flight's 144 passengers disembarked in Panama City's Tocumen International Airport as authorities checked the plane for signs of a bomb on board. The diaper was found in one of the plane's lavatories. Jose Castro, the airport's head of security, told the press. We had it on a secure runway where police, special explosive canine units, and special forces examined the object and found it to be an adult diaper, ruling out any risk.
So they had the dogs come out. They had the dogs come out for this adult diaper. Don't we have robots for this? Maybe they don't. But I remember once there was some sort of bomb threat, I feel like, in Atlanta, and they had like a robot that rolled out. They blocked off traffic. It was in the middle of the
Yeah.
street, and this robot came and rolled out there and picked it up, whatever. It was like a box full of plastic bags or some shit. And I was just like, oh, well, neat robot. But
Oh my
that's
God.
cool.
Yo, shouts
Um
to the person who didn't say it was me.
Yeah,
Real talk,
right? And
man.
everybody was quiet, huh? There wasn't one person who just like, "Hmm."
You
And
know?
also, I'm looking because there's a photo of this, like, adult diaper, and it looks like it hasn't been used.
Yeah, yo.
Like, it looks like it just but it was it not in the trash?
I would
I don't know.
assume it was, I feel like somebody
Like
went to change
uh-huh, and then
and
just
like
didn't.
they probably like I think like you know how like sometimes when you open a diaper, when
Oh,
you
you gotta
grab a
check.
diaper, you gotta check.
Yes, and they didn't need it,
They didn't need it. And
and
now
so
like
they
they're like,
just
all right,
left.
we got this diaper, just left it, kept it moving.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Huh. I mean, I guess so, but yikes. I guess. I mean, I'm glad that it wasn't that I'm not looking at a dirty adult diaper. I mean, I'm blessed. But um
I'd have
yeah,
100% been asking people, yo, who went to the bathroom?
who
Like we
did
gonna
it?
narrow this shit down. Real
Yeah,
talk.
who did I see walk by my seat? Who here looks like they need an adult? Yeah, absolutely. I'm for sure. I'm stereotyping.
Real
I'm
talk.
all of that. Yeah.
144 people gotta go back. I wanna know why. Real talk.
140. That's a big plane.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, yo, this
And
a
they
little
checked
like
for a bomb and it was an adult diaper? Oh, man.
you make me resources. People got to reschedule. You
All
know what I mean?
kinds of yeah.
Refunds. Nah, b stress level. There's people probably calling they partners. Hey, I
Yeah, I
might.
mean,
You know what I mean?
I don't like takeoff and landing. That's where all the things happen,
You know what
and
I
I
mean?
gotta you had to do an extra one of those?
Nah, b. I
Yeah.
like. I would have paid for the Wi-Fi and text Gabby, yo, listen, I love you. Now, I mean, this might be it. There's a bomb on the plane, and then I land and be like, my bad, diaper. That's
Diaper.
crazy, yo. That's
Yes,
so
telling
wild.
your loved ones goodbye and then messaging them, like, 2 hours later, like, "My
My bad.
false alarm.
Adult
Turns
diaper.
out it was an adult diaper." Like
Misread the whole thing. You know how that happens, right?
yeah,
Bomb diaper.
bomb, diaper bomb.
Yo, and yo, real talk. Like I know I have different interests,
Mhm.
and I don't keep up with the bomb game.
Right.
I mean, real talk. I'm not out there, but I didn't know that this is how bombs had evolved to look like adult
to look
diapers.
like diapers. I
Is
mean,
that the thing now?
I wouldn't be so I mean, yeah. Yeah, you absolutely I feel like that would be if you're a bomb maker and you're trying to make things bombs that don't look like bombs. I feel
Mhm.
like an adult diaper might be I don't know how hard it would be, but I feel like you'd be pretty happy with that.
Yeah. That is something you would assume they don't check.
Yeah, exactly. Because you wanna get the right kind of item. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Some sort of item that people would be like, "Oh, well, that's not a oh, that's just that." That is sizable, but also kind of a throwaway idea. The idea
Yeah.
of it is you can toss it away in your head like, "Oh, that's whatever." And then, "No, that's actually a bomb. I did that. See? Look." And then so, yeah, um but I
Yeah,
mean,
I like that.
outside of the dog, I guess it's if it's a bomb squad, I guess you gotta, like, check it for, like, any sort of explosive-y type of things,
Yeah.
which I guess maybe dogs can sniff out? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what dogs are I guess dogs can sniff out bomb I mean, they do have bomb-sniffing dogs. I saw that in action. But
Yo,
I
man, dogs
wonder
is
if
under too
the
much pressure, man.
we really
Yo,
do
real talk,
kind of
best
put a lot
friends,
on them.
real
Yeah,
talk, yo.
yeah, we do have them doing a lot. We're having them round up our sheep and
Yo,
eh,
emotional support.
well,
Now they
car
sniffing bombs,
now they're
protect the
carrying
house.
yeah, they're taking, like, the, uh, the dogs who are taking sleds across
Yo,
across co we're really asking a lot of our dogs. Our cats, I mean, we're asking them to catch mice, and I don't even know if they're gonna do it.
real talk. Cats only got one job, bodega. That's it. Every other cat is retired from birth. Bodega cat's the only cat's working. Every other
And
cat, the
even
second they
they don't
born,
look
they
like
done.
they're working.
They
Yeah.
supervise. That's
Yes,
it.
they cats
Bodega
are
cats
born
supervise. They're
supervisors.
yo, you know what? We got to
Mm.
start a dog union. Real talk, man. Every
Mm,
dog, let's get together.
yeah, but
You know
there
what
are
I mean?
so many dogs, and I think some of them would be too dumb to sign up, and some of
That's
them would
fair.
be I mean, there are for sure anti-union dogs. I mean,
Yeah,
we're just looking at
100%.
the spread of dogs. There are definitely some, you know what I mean? Just some right-wing dogs. I don't know enough about breeds to really name who would be what, but I challenge our listeners to really just think, and I think they can picture what a right-wing dog looks like, what it would be, and what, like, a left-leaning dog would look like, a centrist dog, a hippie dog, like, I think we see them. I think if we close our eyes, we see them.
Yo, real talk. What
Mhm.
if looking back on DMX's career, he wasn't a rapper, he was a union leader. He was trying to
Mm.
gather
He
all the
definitely
dogs.
he definitely gathered dogs up. Also, Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg, real talk.
Snoop Dogg, who's doing a lot of work in the Doberman Pinscher community. I mean, Snoop has done a commercial for Grubhub, and there's a dog in there dressed like him, and I'm like, "It's been 30 years.
Yo,
Let those dogs rest. Stop putting bandanas on these dogs. Stop putting these dogs in blue. The dog didn't agree to the life."
I got a sea walk now with four legs.
Yeah, come on. I used to just guard junkyards. Now I'm a gang member. Oh,
Oh man, another news restaurant with bottomless mimosas now charging a $50 vomit fee. That's
great.
right. I love this. Bottomless mimosa brunches may draw restaurant customers, but the sparkling wine and orange juice cocktails come with an obvious downside. Patrons overindulge and get sick. So now a lot of restaurants are establishing a vomit fee for customers who throw up on premise.
On
Uh,
premises.
I love this. One of these spots is in Oakland, Cali. The Kitchen Story is the name of the restaurant, which posted a sign that warns mimosa drinkers that they will be assessed a $50 cleaning fee if they throw up in the restaurant. Home Plate, another restaurant, this one is San Francisco based, also offers not offers, I guess, warns aficionados that they will face a $50 fee for any accident incurred as a result of intoxication. I rock with this
Wow.
heavy.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
I'm so on board. This has been long going thing in Ubers. You
Yes,
throw up in
right?
the
Don't
Uber, yeah, it's one
they
hundred fifty
charge more?
dollars.
Oh, wow.
One hundred
Okay.
fifty dollars because they got to do the car cleaning. You know what I mean?
Mm.
What if your seats ain't leather? You know what I mean? If you got the regular
Mm.
material and you yak in my car, I can't just like
Yeah, I
vacuum
can't
that. Like
just
that's a whole
yeah,
cleaning. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
absolutely.
Plus, you took me out of work that day.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I can't pick up no more customers until I get this done. So what if like
Mhm.
I'm an overnight Uber? You yak
Right,
in
where
my
do I
car.
go?
Where do I
Yes.
go? I'm shut down for the night because I got to get cleaned the next day because of you. Nah, B, I'm fully on board, and I think restaurants is kind of the same way. When you yak on the floor, nobody's sitting by those two tables.
Hmm,
You know what I
that's
mean?
true.
I can't serve food until this is clean
Mhm.
because you threw up because you had too many mimosas.
Right,
Nah, B, I
and
love
other
this.
people have seen it.
Other people have seen it.
If you did it in the like,
Yeah,
in the restaurant, the seated area, people have seen someone do
yak.
that, so they're just like, "Ugh."
I don't want to sit over there. That's where the yak was at. You know what I mean? And
Right,
that word's gonna spread on the
even
line.
if they come back, like, they saw it happen, and then they come back to the restaurant 3 months later, they're like,
Right?
"Any place but those 2 tables, because I saw someone throw up over there 3 months ago, and
Yeah,
I
I
know
see
you
it.
cleaned it, but I just don't think it's clean." You know?
I could feel it.
I can feel that it's still I still just yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm for this too. I get it if you get sick, but I feel I mean, because basically these are things that are the charges are applied during brunch hours, right? Because
Hmm.
that's when it's happening. So if you're a restaurant and you do a brunch, but then, you also have like regular lunch or dinner or late or something like that. Um, if I get sick at the restaurant, like because of a food thing or whatever, I don't know if I should have to pay. Yeah, because if I make it to the toilet, that's what I'm wondering. If you've had too much to drink
Right.
during brunch and you don't make it to the bathroom and you barf, yes, absolutely, 50 bucks, cash
Every time.
American on the barrelhead, slide it on over. But if you make it to the bathroom, then what? Although, they have to clean that anyway, they gotta clean, like, you know what I mean?
You
Because,
gotta you gotta go fully in the toilet.
like, it has to be collected.
Yeah. Like if you fully yak in the toilet, like if I
Mhm.
go after you and I don't know that you yak, I can't bill
Mm.
you. But if you
Okay.
miss any portion of the yak and it hits floor, $50, my G.
Okay.
Well, at
Alright.
that point, you better make sure that it's one collective puddle. I see two puddles, $100. You know what I
Wow.
mean?
Well,
I don't want
oh,
to see
okay.
it.
You
You know what I mean?
charging per puddle. You
Per puddle.
charging per vomit puddle. Okay.
Yeah, cause like if you yak a little bit by your table, yak in the
Mhm.
hallway on the way to the
Oh,
bathroom,
yeah,
and
so
then you
that's
miss,
50 bucks
that's $50
every
each.
time it hits the floor, every
Yeah,
time it hits the
that's three
surface.
areas that I can't use now in my restaurant. My G, you shutting
Okay.
me down. Now I mean
Okay.
I gotta put a close sign because of you. Nah, B,
Alright.
well,
I
a buck
mean,
50
okay,
now. You know
great.
what I mean?
I just wanted to know what the breakdown was on that.
Yeah.
That's all I
But if
wanted
you
to know.
make it to the porcelain, everything's inside.
Mhm.
That's just like pooping, as far as I'm concerned. You want
Yeah,
to
but
poop through your mouth? That's your
I
business.
mean, look here, man, sometimes not all that poop makes it inside. I'm here to tell you. I've kicked open a door to a stall and gone, "Good lord," and then
Low
and then
key
you
should be
find one.
$50 too.
Oh, that absolutely.
Real
That
talk.
absolutely. That will bankrupt a lot of people.
If
Yes.
you would
Oh.
like to start charging everybody that misses toilets for fifty
Mm.
dollars, even you, if you a guest in my house, you better get it in the toilet. Real talk. I'm gonna start charging friends and family $50. Aiden owes me $50 for how he peed this week. Okay, all right. Everybody owe me money now.
Oh my
All you gotta do is
gosh.
like and subscribe to the show, baby. If you're an Apple or Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. You one of these random brunch vomiters. You know what I mean? Yakking next to your table and then
Oh.
continuing to eat like nothing happened. You know,
Right.
nerve of you. I can't respect you after that. Real talk.
No, no.
5 stars, you get it. You leave your yakking where it belongs. Okay, when you get a flu,
Mm,
you stay in your house. You yak on your own. Okay, it's a
mm.
private moment. Okay, that's
And
between
also
you.
you only have 1 glass of mimosa.
Yeah, you don't
Like,
overdrink. You can have
yeah.
10 glasses. Just don't yak. Know your
Just
limit. Whatever is
know
you.
your limit. Lower your limit. Yes.
Real talk. You know what I mean? Brunch in general is too dangerous of a meal, in my opinion. I feel like low key, it's not brought up enough. It's the most dangerous meal. You mixing too many food types and drink types.
That's
You know what I mean?
yeah, you know what? I would agree. I would kind of agree with that. Also, I like breakfast food, so I will just eat at home.
Yeah.
Like, when I go to a brunch thing, I'm always just getting eggs. You know, like, I'm not even maybe a salad on the side will make it brunch, but otherwise or I'm just give me your French toast. No, I don't want anything savory. It's breakfast time. I want all
Yeah.
sweet. Like, so yeah,
It's just wild. We mix it. We got pancakes. We got steak. We got orange juice and champagne. Who thought of this shit? It's insanity.
Yeah, that's true. That is
Loki, and
true.
again, if you enjoy it, enjoy it. Just understand that, like, I'm from the school of like you don't mix clear with dark liquor, and y'all are mixing just all the foods. All, like just throw them all out. That is insane behavior, Baji.
Oh,
Know what I
have
mean?
you had shrimp and grits before or fish and
No,
grit? Okay.
nah.
Alright. Okay.
I
Yeah.
haven't. I've had grits to taste it, but I've never
Oh, but
like
you have never had, like,
yeah, like
grits.
never had it. Had it. Yeah, like
Okay.
I hadn't had it till college, and then I was like, and one of my boys was like, yo, you want some grits? And literally, I was like, I never had that before. I'll take like a spoon. I
Mhm.
tasted it, but I never like done it. And every time
Okay.
I tell that story, everybody asks me what I had. It was salty, and then everybody tells me you got to try it with cheese or you should try sweet. There's a lot of variety of
There's
grits.
yeah, the grits is just the basic layer, and then you bring yourself to it. When you bring yourself to it. Yeah, so we'll discuss that on another that may have to be a separate episode of the Talking Grits with Gastor. Look for that soon. We absolutely will do a Talking Grits with Gastor episode.
I love it. If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter and Instagram at Silky Jumbo at Gastor Almonte. Shout outs this week to Lori McDaniel, FCVLJ, and JV City. Always appreciate y'all. With all that said, I am the soon to be rich off of this yak money. Gastor Almonte. Low key, I'm gonna just start installing smaller toilets. Okay?
That's so mean. That's so mean. Okay, you can't do that part.
Real talk. I'm gonna open a restaurant, put this tab out there, mad signs, and all my toilets is gonna be 6 inches deep. That's it.
That's yeah, that's not fair. That's not fair.
Oh man. With the never has yacked that brunch, Shalewa
No,
Sharpe.
no, I try to I vomit once a decade. I'm really not out here trying to throw up. I live a life so that I don't do it. So,
You know what I mean? As all of you should, okay? This is I kind of think political episode of the War Report. This is let a president run on this platform. I will so vote for you. Real talk. Make this a law, okay? Episode of the War Report. Catch y'all next time. Peace.